Hi, good to see you, Pragati.
Likewise. Thank you so much for taking the time to do this.
All
It's
right.
really important that people talk about mental health. So thank you so much.
Yes. Congratulations on your new book, Hope Stories for a Healthy Mind.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, welcoming you, Pragati, to Opinions and You. And let me introduce Pragati to all of you. Pragati is a seasoned clinical psychologist with more than 15 years of experience. She has professional credentials from Harvard Medical University, Boston, and the University of Cambridge. She has conducted many workshops on personality development, self awareness, anxiety, positive body image, self esteem, and whole person potential at various platforms. To add to it, she has come up with her second book, Hope Stories for a Healthy Mind. Pragati, first of all, in your words, what is the book all about?
Thank you, Ekta. Hope is all about feeling positive. Hope is about having essential conversations about mental health. Like if the sky is blue, you see that it's blue. If it's raining, you accept it's raining and you get prepared. So, hope is essentially a tool for parents and children to talk about mental health. If there is a family member suffering from depression, hope will help them address that issue even with young children, as young as 6 years old. Further, if a child has some behavioral symptoms that parents are wondering, they are not performing very well at school, they are distracted. So, how can they communicate to a child that these issues can be taken care of?
All right. So this is what is all you have written about in the book. Tell me something. What is actually the importance of mental health? There is so much of talk about mental health these days. Why and how it is important? A very basic question.
Absolutely. See, we all brush our teeth in the morning, right? We don't run to the dentist because we believe that if we practice regular dental hygiene, we will keep our tooth troubles at bay till however long possible.
Yeah.
So, hope is my endeavor that with your mental health also, you can actually do certain things on a day to day basis. Now, what does that involve? In a family system, it means communicate. Communicate exactly like you and I are communicating with
Right.
respect, with clarity, and with talking on the same wavelength. Even with a young child, do not treat them as mini adults or something that can be shrugged aside. They won't understand. Children are the best psychologists. So, when it comes to mental health, what really helps is effective communication and practicing the pause. Pause for 5 seconds and then measure your words and talk. That in itself really, really goes a long way in handling your emotions and feeling good about your mind.
Right. So, modern day, we have, the life is not that simple anymore. We all have moments and a lot of stress and strain surrounding us. So, what are actually the emotional challenges faced by children because of all this modern day lifestyle, you can say?
One is the mammoth load of expectations from their parents.
Yeah.
That they are good at academics, they are good at sports, they are very articulate at speaking, and
Hmm.
they understand the troubles that the family goes through.
Hmm.
Frankly, their childhood is getting lost, where you just went out and played. Just playing actually
Hmm.
really helps a child's mind mature. They
Hmm.
figure things out. And that is something which I really, really advocate. I'm not going to go into the discussion of watching TV and all that because that's a separate topic altogether.
Sure. Hmm. Okay. So yes, so we accept and admit that there is this issue. Now, how parents can play an important role in improving the mental health of their kids, and what should be the approach of parents in such a scenario?
See, what really helps firstly is listen to your child. Don't just hear, but listen.
Hmm.
See, for example, you and I are talking, you're listening to me. Now imagine you are listening to me, but you have an important message to send and you're distracted on your phone. So physically, right now, virtually, we are next to each other. But a lot of times, parents are physically next to their children, but doing five other things. So what the child hears is, I'm not important. So I need to act up to get my parents' attention. The only time my parents pay attention to me is when I'm behaving badly, when I'm fussing about my food, when I'm yelling, or I'm on gadgets just like them. I'm sorry, parents, if I sound very harsh, but how I look at it is, if you look at the cobwebs, you will dust it out and you'll figure out a way to dust it if for some reason. Right now, the challenges are such that you cannot really put in that effort to communicate very effectively to your child. In fact, what I recommend to parents is talk to children about it. Look, mama is so busy with this right now. I understand I'm not giving you enough time. Could we talk about it on the weekend? Trust me, in 8 cases out of 10, they would probably get a response which is much nicer than the one they are getting at the moment.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So, and a related thing is how children can be made more aware about the impact of stress on their lives. How we need to talk to them. What is it about?
Firstly, we need to role model. Stress has two aspects to it. One is the negative aspect of stress, which makes us absolutely reactive, which makes us yell. Second aspect is eustress, that stress which is positive. In fact, they say that the stress curve is a U-shaped, inverted U curve. So a little bit of stress motivates us to put in our best. It's like if an exam is coming, if you're a little stressed out, you just focus with concentration. You are not distracted. So what I recommend is talk to children about it. That what is it that they want to do, and role model how you are handling stress. Does going for a run in the evening calm your mind? Does meditating calm your mind? So children actually see that stress is a part of life, but it need not be negative. It's just a signal that unwind a little bit. Right now you're not performing your best. You just need a little bit of time to anchor yourself within yourself again.
Correct. That's very well put, of course. Now, another thing which has been observed of late and which is quite disturbing is, rising aggressiveness in even little kids or maybe teenagers. So, what is your take on that?
See, children again learn a lot by observing. While it has been proved, in fact, there's a very nice study on Bobo dolls. Vendura had done it, where children were actually exposed to a violent television program, and then they were given a set of dolls to play with. The ones who observed the violent program, they actually went and smacked the Bobo dolls, and the ones who did not just looked at them. So here one has to really understand, why is this child aggressive? Is the child only watching it on television or social media, or is somebody at home demonstrating aggressive behavior? Sometimes aggression is as simple as yelling, I've put the food on the table, can't you all come? Can't you all see that you're so stressed? So, what the child learns, that when you don't get what you want, you be aggressive. Now, we have a lot of talk on motivation. You need to be aggressive to get what you want in life. But unfortunately, what happens is, with that line of thought, children do not become good, healthy citizens. They learn that it's okay to use aggression.
Yeah. I'll just, this thing just came to my mind. A child always likes to follow his or her heart, as many of us want to, but sometimes it's just not in line with, it's very difficult for us to accept that thought maybe or that action of his or hers. So what to, as parents, how to handle that?
I'll take you back to your school days. You
Yeah.
will always remember the
Mm,
teacher who was very polite yet firm. You liked her subject. You were always disciplined in her class.
sure.
Would you or would you not agree, Ekta?
Of course. We all remember such teachers very well. Yes.
Yeah. So parents need to be kind and gentle while parenting their child. I'm not saying that, be absolutely cool with children, let them do, but explain to them. Understand, children in fact function best when there are boundaries. But what you need to keep in mind is, are you following those boundaries, or do you tell them when you come to my age you can eat what you want and eat junk food and not take care of your sleeping, but right now you need to do it? Because children absolutely do not like that. They want to follow the adults in their lives, especially the ones they love. So what I recommend is be kind and gentle, slight firm tone, draw boundaries, and that works.
Yes, absolutely agree to it. Now we are, since this March, in very different times, all of us being surrounded with by this pandemic thing, and especially it's proving to be tough on kids, for everybody, and tough and kids especially, if we talk about them. There is less mingling with the peers as a result of all the precautions that are being advised to take. So how is it affecting the basically the, what I say, psychology of a child, and what can be done to combat this?
Children do not thrive well in isolation, which parents are, of course, figuring out.
Mhm.
What can be done is, spend quality time with children, involve them in activities like gardening, even if you don't have too much of space. What I recommend is absolutely, interact with them. Maybe schedule some Zoom calls. If you don't want to do that, let them talk on the phone, because they don't thrive well in isolation. And you need to, it's difficult for them, but they are resilient. And if probably, sometimes sharing stories of difficult times like the World War, and even the World War II, or even the Black Plague, and how things were very different, and make it in a story format and tell children that these are difficult times, but we will go through it. I understand. And children actually adapt.
Yes, true. And this can be an opportunity also for them to learn various things, various life skills, so many kind of things that we can involve them in. So I think that was a brief conversation we had, but very enlightening for all of us as parents. Myself, I am a parent to a 6-year-old, and but I'm sure I'm going to listen to your these inputs again and again to figure out many things that as parents we face. So your book, do you have a copy right now with you? The latest book of yours?
True. Yes, Ekta. Sorry, I missed it. I think the net was a
Yeah,
little shaky
I,
right
I'm saying,
now.
do you
Yes.
have a copy with you right now? Your latest book, that one?
Yes, I do. In fact,
Yeah.
this is the book, and
Okay.
it's available on Amazon.
Okay.
And I request all parents to put their 6-year-old, in fact, for any primary school child, even when they're about 10 or 12, they may say, Mama, what's wrong with you? I'm so big. But
Mm,
children love being touched and they love being cuddled. And read the book together. I've had feedback from parents. In fact, a lady called me and she said her 9-year-old loved the book. She said, somebody understands, Mama, why don't we talk like this? And in one
mm,
of the workshops, a parent admitted, and that was a parent child workshop, and he has a 6-year-old. And the father said, I realize I get very angry with my son, and
mm.
from now on, I'm going to actually be a little more mindful. Realize where his anger stems from.
Yeah.
So that, these are some of the things that I hope to achieve when I wrote Hope. That essential conversations about mental health need not feel as though, you have this humongous Herculean load on your head. It's
Absolutely.
as easy as brushing, and all it requires is maybe 5 minutes of quality time with your child, where
Yeah.
you just ask them, what are you feeling? How would you like to deal with it? Perhaps, is there another way to deal with it? These simple conversations really build up a foundation of sound mental health.
Yeah. For sure. I'm going to ask you to get me this copy for sure, which I'll be reading.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. And I just hope that for all the viewers out there, this one is going to be really enlightening. So very happy to take up this session with Ma'am Pragati, Surekha, who threw this light on this entire issue of mental health around children. In today's age and time, this has become extremely important. What I gather from her talks is that we need to be a little mindful as far as kids are concerned, spending quality time with it. Yes, all of us have a very hectic lifestyle now, but then just a little bit of extra time with them, a little bit of extra attention to them can do wonders. Thank you so much, Pragati, for joining us from Kolkata. I guess it's not that cold over there. Here, I'm shivering with in Delhi, Gurgaon. It's very cold.
It's nice and warm here, actually.
Okay, okay. Stay safe and thank you. Thank you for this session with opinions and you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay, bye. Take care.